Clutch Trucker filmed before a live studio audience. That is Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker channel. Yes, the engine's running. I'm inside the pole barn. I got the front door open, don't worry, so I won't fumigate myself. But it's chilly. And I was tired of wearing the coat. So anyway, not too long a video tonight. Still working on shoring everything up. The one reason I've been liking doing these daily updates, and because I do check out your comments every day. And after I'd put up the nuts and bolts last night in the rear wall up there, a lot of people said, oh, you should be using those lock nuts. You should be using those lock nuts. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I should be using the lock nuts. So, went back to Menards today. Got the lock nuts. Alright, they got the little vinyl in the top of them there. So, taking out the nuts I put in last night, and we're doing the lock ones. Alright, all of the regular nuts have now been replaced with the lock nuts, and these are the ones I got here. Zinc-plated nylon lock nut. Alright, so now we're locked, baby. Okay, so now we're shoring up the corners. Like I said before, the entire upper bunk system was just held in by these two corner brackets, and that's it. I'm going, all along the back with those 3 bolts that were already threaded into the wall, plus now these other 4 bolts going all the way through the boards on both sides of the wall and through the wall. Plus I'll do the corner brackets, and this is what I'm going to use like a piece of this for. Going to use my miter saw to do an angled cut because there is a 45-degree metal angle back in the corner. I'm going to stack 3 of these up. I'm going to bolt 2 bolts all the way through those and through the bracket, the metal bracket that is down there in the corner, and then screwed in from the inside to all 3 of those boards. So yeah, it ain't going to move. Alright, now I'm fastening down this board on the inside, on the driver's side, down to that plate. We're going to bolt through that in 2 spots, put this little wall facade back in. I've got wedge-shaped wood I've cut, which, as you can see, will fit right in there. So we're going to be bolted down and then 3 stacked high, screwed into this board here again. Alright, got the shoring up of this driver's side corner. So I got all that 3 stack of wedges, and it goes nicely in the corner. So I first screwed together, then I drilled through, put 6-inch bolts through, all the way down to that plate underneath. It's bolted on, and yes, I used the lock nuts. And then on this side, just 4 good screws. I may put 1/5 one in right over here just for shiggles. Alright, just got finished shoring up that side. Got the 5 screws in there, into the wedges, which are of course down below, and like I did on the other side, they're bolted into that bracket down there. And then I've got all the screws going into it on this side. So we are so bracketed down to this thing, it's freaking ridiculous. And shoring up those corners and back to get them to the brackets there and everything that where the original bunk was attached ended up being a lot bigger ordeal than I thought, because the way I was originally going to do it didn't work. So I had to come up with a new plan. Thank God I've got the miter saw. I was able to do angled cuts because I have a 45-degree angle back there in the corner, but I was able to make it work. Just took pretty much all day. Alright, there again, looking at the 2 rear corners where I've shored everything in underneath to those brackets. You can see those bolts sticking down underneath those brackets there. So those are the brackets that were already in the wall. So I'm utilizing that. So what I'm trying to do is utilize everything structurally that's already on the truck. And then towards the front of this is towards where my head will be on the bunk. Alright, this is this great little side plate that I found down there. And I've done the same thing. I stacked 3 boards. I had to make one of them, if I can get it to focus. Come on, focus. A little bit thinner. But again, bolted through that plate that was already there in 2 spots. And then, like I say, did 3 high. You can see the bolts on top. And then a whole bunch of screws going from the inside of this 2x12. So this thing is so solid now, it does not move or shake at all. I can't even get it to tail shake or anything. So this thing is solidly built into the truck, and this is why it's taking so long at this point because this is the whole structure holding the whole upper system together. And it'll be the framing for the steps, which will be coming up over there onto my landing. Most of that board is going to disappear. Just bigger it's bracketed and the back will still be there. There's going to be the other beam right there, if I can focus in on that, coming out. We may or may not be getting to that tonight. Well, unfortunately tonight I wanted to get more done. I wanted to get my plank, the 5/8 inch board, plywood board that was going to go up behind the wall there as the platform for that end of the bed that's going to be sticking out, and for the lower portion of a little mini closet that's going to be up there as well. Actually, it'll be kind of up there right behind my head. But went to go try to cut that board on the table saw, and the table saw kind of took a crap on me. You can see down there, I had it all ready to go. Was all ready to do my cut. I don't know if you can see my line I drew on there. That, you know, that's where it's going to be for that length. I needed to make 2 big cuts on that board so it would fit perfectly up there, but now the table saw just will not start. It's got all these fail-safe systems on it, so I got to read the whole manual tonight and figure out why it is now refusing to run. And because this is a very systematic build, I can't do anything now past the point until I can get that platform up there, which is going to be sticking out the back. The reason being is because, of course, that whole structure, you can see that board up there behind my head, going all the way to the other side, is 70 inches wide. The bed, the mattress is only 54 inches wide. I'm allowing for 56, so I have room to tuck the comforter down. So where I showed you that other beam would be coming out, that's going to be the right side of my bed, and then I'll have room for a landing over there. That's why a lot of the board on the other side is going to be going away. It's still there right now just to shore everything up and for support while I'm building the rest of the system. I have a whole thing in mind here. But until I can get that plank down, then the beam that's going to be extending out from the back wall that you can see right now is also going to be the inside beam, at least half width of it, for the mattress up there on the section sticking out. This sounds, I know, very complicated. So what I'm going to have another 2x12 board, but only half of it is going to be going over the top wall and across the board that isn't going to be screwed down to that whole system and back, which of course I can't cut tonight, which means I can't put the measure for that beam where it needs to be slotted halfway along and then drop down so that it's the full beam coming into the inside of the truck area. So it kind of hit the brakes tonight. So I'm having to stop much earlier than I wanted to, because until I can get the figure that why this table saw isn't working and get that board cut and up in place, then I can't measure and place the other beam up on top of that, shore it down, screw it down and back, screw it to the beam that's going to go up here kind of right behind my head in the front, and then finish putting the cross beams on for the front portion of the bed, which will be inside the truck. So unfortunately, had to hit the brakes tonight. Yeah, for those of you scoring at home, I-80 is open again in Wyoming. It didn't open until like midday today. Jim F., who was going to come help me out today, he only made it to, that big parking area right there at I-76 and I-80 last night. So then he had to, at this point, he was still going to be dealing with lousy weather going over Elk Mountain and everything. He called me later and said it wasn't as bad as advertised, that he did make it through there and was just passing Wamsutter at that point. Wamsutter is one of those that it's like 3 mobile homes and a gas station, and they got a Love's there, and that's the reason it's a town in Wyoming. We're the least populated state, people. A lot of people don't realize that. We have 600,000 people for the entire state, and yet land-wise, we're one of the biggest. So, unfortunately, an abrupt stop tonight before I planned to, but we'll continue tomorrow. So this was what, update number 17? We'll have update 18 tomorrow night. And keep chugging along with me as this project slowly gets built. Well, thanks for tuning in, and we appreciate that. I even dragged Rusty out here tonight since the snow's gone, which is good. Just still kind of cold and windy, so. But, you know, he doesn't mind that as much. He just doesn't like the snow. He's kind of a picky dog. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. Please like and comment if you'd like to. We're slowly still getting there on this project. Let's see. So, Instagram, Twitter, blah, blah, blah. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty. Out. You drive a Porsche? I didn't think you guys went for them foreign jobs. I wouldn't, but some white asshole bought the last piece of shit sky blue Cadillac. For his help tonight, he gets his begging strip. Come on. Come on. Oh, he had it and then I dropped it. No puppy bed to eat it on. I'm sorry. We're still working on the truck. But there he is. Happy dog. Give us the happy dog look, Rusty. Come on, look up here. Rusty. Come on, we don't want to see the top of your head. Hey, come on. Well, we kind of got it.